a good report, we've sat down and chatted, we've had a good time, and now they're asking the manager, what did I do wrong? The manager shows up, and you know what the manager's job is? Give out free appetizers or desserts because someone's ticked off. So they're like, oh no, they're mad, okay. They're all ready for something. And you look at them, and you know what, I eat out at restaurants fairly often, and I just want to tell you that Mildred here was absolutely fantastic. She's one of the best waitresses that I've ever had. She's absolutely fantastic. You watch the manager go from this, okay, I must deal with the problems, they're very upset. What am I going to do to calm them down and not have my head chewed off too? Oh, well great, yes, thank you. It's the funnest thing, I'm telling you. It's absolutely, you can try it next time you go out to eat. It's absolutely wonderful. What's great is you can look back and you can see the waitress and she's like hiding behind things, like trying to see what's going on. Like, I really thought this would work out well. Why are they ticked and talking to the manager? I'm trying to see what they're angry about. And then the manager gets a smile, which creates even more confusion on their face. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Just go out to eat tomorrow and do it. It's so much fun. So we got pretty bold. So I walked up to the manager, up to the pay, and I said, can I speak to the manager? I said, I'm the manager. I said, you know what, I travel all the time. I just got to let you know, this was horrible service. And I'm not trying to be mean, and I kind of walked through. We served ourselves with a high chair, after 10 minutes. We adjusted our own temperature in the room afterwards. The food, the dishes weren't washed well. You might just want to know. As a manager, you might want to know so you can take care of this. And he looked at me, and I found out why the service was as it was. Because he looked at me with all intensity, seriousness, and focus, and said, okay. And that was it. Okay. And I said, all right, very much. There you go. There's your bill, and I'm out of here. I'm telling you, that was 10 years ago. It's been a good decade, because it could only get better from there. It has consistently gotten better from that point. My food service experiences have gotten better. My life has gotten better. As I look back at the last 10 years, it has been amazing. My life has radically changed. I'm married now. And God said it was good. I have 4 kids. And God said it's tiring, but very good. My life has radically changed. I moved to Idaho. God dropped me into Idaho somehow. And it was good. Got to be a part of seeing God put this thing called the experience together for the last 5, 6, 7 years. And it's been awesome. This last decade has been an amazing decade for me. I want you to think back, where were you 10 years ago? What's your decade been like? Where are you now compared to where you were then? You may be looking at the last decade and going, man, it's been a rough one. It seems like every time, or maybe it's the past year, every time I stand up, I get knocked down again. I've got some pretty serious regrets I don't want to talk about from this last few years. You may feel like you've been knocked around in a pinball machine without any padding. It has just been hell over and over again. You may be looking back at this last decade or this last year going, it was amazing. This was fantastic. This has been the highlight of my life. It's the best year ever. You may look back at it the last year or the last decade and be simply going, well, there it was. About like the one before that just is. Life just kind of carries on. I don't know how you view this last segment of time, whether you look at the last year or the last decade, but I have a message from God for you this morning that I think is pretty clear. If you have your Bibles, turn to the last book of the Bible, next to the last chapter of the Bible.